might not like it, but you gon' respect it, cause this is West Texas. Who say they want it? Who say they ready? Hey coach, they might not like it, but they gon' respect it, cause this is West Texas. I said it's game time. You know it's game time. Hey coach, they know it's game time. You know it's game time. I said it's game time. Come on. Hey coach, they know it's game time. Hey, who say they won't? We won't. Who say they ready? We ready. They might not like, we like it, but this is West Texas, and they gon' respect it.
So it wasn't the outcome we were all expecting, as plenty of points hit the scoreboard tonight, just not on the end angry Orange fans had envisioned. Good evening, folks. I'm Manny Diaz, and talk about just a solid Euless Trinity team, a solid state-ranked Euless Trinity team. They came to San Angelo tonight. Yeah, their first trip to the Concho Valley since 1992, taking care of the Central Bobcats 70-28, handing the Bobcats their first home loss since 2016 when the Allen Eagles came to Angelo. And I tell you what, this Trinity team, not only just filled with size, but just blue chip stars that I think we'll most certainly be seeing on Saturdays and years to come. As for the Central Bobcats, well, these kids played to the bitter end. You know, there's plenty of things that they can build on as they move forward into the district season. Tonight, we're going to hear from both head coaches, plus senior offensive lineman Gunnar Couch. But first things first, those Twisted Root highlights.
Tonight's Cover 1 highlights are presented by Twisted Root Burger Company.
Two of the very best in Texas going toe-to-toe. Brent Davis and the Central Bobcats hosting Chris Jensen and three-time state champion Euless Trinity Trojans. We'll talk about a monster challenge for Daylon Green and the Central defense up against Brandon Theus and the Trojans offense that plays extremely physical and is yet to be contained this season. Opening drive of the game for the Trojans, the Angry Orange defense out to #eat with Jay-Sean Hall on 3rd and 2, bottling things up there, and AUM Holistic Therapies play of the game nominee. It would force Trinity to punt, but over the head of Colby Parton, somehow scoops it up and gets the punt off to avoid giving Central some crazy good field position. Very next play from scrimmage for the Bobcats, Malachi Brown wanting this one back. Intercepted. Shamar Morton there for the 25-yard pick six, giving Trinity the 7-0 lead. Next Cats drive, Central setting up the punt, but this one off the mark here for Miles Hauser. He tries to take a page from Colby Parton's book and getting the punt off. Doesn't work out too well. Trinity in business deep in Cats territory, and the Trojans take advantage. Meanwhile, watch how fast they break from the huddle. Not only hand it off to Brandon Theus, but snap the ball. Theus takes it from there for the 8-yard touchdown, giving Trinity the 14-0 lead. But the Cats come right back. Malachi Brown to Christian Gabladon to move the chains. Then Brown hooks up with Jackson Tim. The Cats starting to build a little momentum in the drive. Very next play, Malachi doing what he does best, moving the rock himself. But the good times would be short-lived on 4th and 5. Brown can't get to the sticks. That Trinity defense bends but does not break. Ensuing Trojans drive, that dude, Brandon Theus, breaks loose. Hearing this kid is getting some looks from top-tier SEC schools and proving why tonight. Very next play, Lakeith Ellis hooks up with Colby Parton for the 36-yard pitch and catch, making it 21-0 Trojans. Second quarter now, Cats looking to get something going. Brown to Gabladon there for the first down. That Trinity defense making the Cats receivers pay all night long. A few plays later on 3rd and goal, Brown on point to Jackson Tim for the score. And the Cats are on the board, making it 21-7 Trinity. But the Trojans would have an answer. This team with plenty of weapons. Here's junior fullback Jason Valmato housing it for the 49-yard touchdown. Trinity flexing tonight, no doubt, but Central not giving up. Check out this throw from Malachi Brown. Just floats it over the top to Tanner Dabbert. Nobody's going to catch him for the 59-yard touchdown to make it 28-14 Trinity. Gabladon and Dabbert combining for 167 yards receiving tonight. But back comes Brandon Theus in that powerful Trinity offense. An AUM Holistic Therapies play of the game nominee alert. These kids rolled up 402 yards of total offense in the first half alone. Theus taking it to the house here for the 70-yard touchdown. Trinity taking a commanding 56-14 lead into the half. Central would tack on a few more, but so would the Trojans, as this one was all the kids from the Metroplex, as Trinity hands Central its first district loss, 70-28. the first home loss since 2016 when the Allen Eagles came to Angelo.
Tonight's Cover 1 postgame sound is brought to you by the Caverns of Sonora.
And they're just a better football team. I'm not going to sit here and make excuses about it. We played good in the first quarter, and we had that one turnover that really sparked them and kind of, deflated us there. But we kept playing hard. I mean, I thought we played hard the whole game, and it's just an overpowering team to us. I mean, we're not that size, and it showed, on both sides.
I don't think it's really a statement win. Yeah, it was. We had a dominant victory, but it was a strange night. It's something we line up and play again. In 2 weeks, it's a whole different story. It's just a night where everything went our way.
I feel like Euless Trinity is one of the more dominating teams in the Metroplex area, and I mean, it was definitely a humbling experience. We came in here and we expected to, go out there and do the best we could, and we did, and they just came in and overpowered us. We gave it all. We gave it our all, and we got better from it. We got to go in and see what we messed up, and we'll go fix it.
We're different on offense, and it's got to be tough to get ready for, a downhill, tight end, wing, running attack in just a few days after playing a lot of spread teams like they've played and everyone's playing. But I'm proud of our guys for just keeping the ball downhill, really good ball security, and not beating ourselves.
I'm not sure anybody can take care of those guys in the district, but I think second's wide open. So, we're going to get ready for Abilene starting tomorrow, and that's a big rival game for us, and we got to play them in Abilene, so that's going to be a huge one for us, and that'll also be a big one for playoff seedings and stuff like that. So we took it on the chin tonight, and then we got to get regrouped.
Tonight's play of the game is brought to you by AUM Holistic Therapies.
Well, how about our AUM Holistic Therapies play of the game? This one courtesy of Trojans bruiser Brandon Theus. Explosive running tonight, especially on the 70-yard touchdown run in the second quarter. The senior back good for 129 yards rushing on 11 carries, along with 2 touchdowns. The Trinity offense is dominant as ever with just a shade under 400 yards rushing. Yeah, that's our AUM Holistic Therapies play of the game.
It's time for Manny's Cover 1 final call of the night, presented by Pettit Productions.
Well, since Central head coach Brent Davis has arrived on the scene, he's morphed the Central program into something that it wasn't, a contender. It started off with just getting wins, second, getting to the playoffs, and I think the third phase of it was being the dominant, the most relevant team in West Texas. But now we're to the point, let's show West Texas more than that. Because over the years, Central has reached the point of the season where the opportunity to knock off the big bad DFW program has presented itself. But what's different is that very same opportunity is now in the form of the district season. Planting the flag in West Texas as the premier program has been a great accomplishment. But I think moving forward, it's about readopting that chip on the shoulder kind of mentality. After all, that's what's landed them on the radar of the top tier programs in DFW. The challenge now is not just being in the game with the best in the Metroplex, but beating the best in the Metroplex. I believe it's the next phase of the Brent Davis era that San Angelo can compete with North Texas. Well, usually when we're talking losses to Metroplex programs, it means the end of the season, but not this time around, as the number 2 spot in the district is still in reach for the Bobcats. Next week, they'll be looking to get back in the win column. We'll be following them to Shotwell Stadium when they take on former Little Southwest Conference rival Abilene High, who, by the way, took care of LD Bell tonight, 28-7. So before we put a bow on things tonight, how about some sights and sounds from around San Angelo Stadium? It's not all about the kids on the field. How about the bands, the pep squads? One thing that we did have our eye on tonight was a pre-game dance. Yes. And it did not come from the pep squad. That's for sure. All right, that's going to do it for Sofa Couch Media's Cover 1 and the entire crew. Good night. God bless. We'll see you next week.
Tonight's Fan Mic Check is brought to you by Oasis Crop Insurance.